Hey, 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 you guys come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. As you guys come on into this live, say hi, hello, hey, all that awesome stuff so that I can see those of you that are on here, those of you that are catching us on the replay, type in hashtag replay, leave your questions, your comments, all that awesome stuff. And I'll make sure that I circle back to you guys as well and respond to your contents, your comments. Those of you that may be new to my space, welcome, 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 welcome. My name is Beverly Walthour. I am a business strategist, specifically for established Christian female coaches who want to accelerate their income and their impact without compromising their Christian values. Hey, Megan. Oh, your baby is absolutely adorable. Oh, hey, hey, tell him I said, hey, give him some kisses for me. Hey, hey, hey. And so, you guys, I want to go ahead and dive on into today's conversation. It is absolutely amazing how God does things. And so, whether or not you're on my email list, whether or not you follow me on my social media platforms, I had a post either yesterday or the day before yesterday. I can't remember which one it was, just about some results that some of the ladies in my in this cohort 2 of my sales challenge, and just this space, this shift that I feel like God is moving me into. And so, I shared in that post, I struggled a bit because, and you guys, I'm always transparent. Like I said, I told you I'm getting ready to just dive on into the conversation. So sorry about that. I'm always transparent with you guys. So I struggled a little bit with leaving people behind, because this next level that I'm shifting into, everybody can't go. And what I mean by that is everyone can't go because they're not ready to move into that space and place. And that's fine. That is fine. And so for even a lot of you guys as coaches, for you to move into this next space and this next level that you're going into, there are some people and some things and some mindsets that you're going to have to leave behind in order for you to move into that next level that you're being called and pulled and tugged into. And so for a lot of you guys, until you accept that and until you're okay with that, you're going to be in that space and place where you feel like things are not changing and things are not moving. And maybe you're wondering and asking, does God really hear me? Does God really see me? All of that stuff. And so once again, you have to be okay with that. It is okay. It is okay. It is okay for you to be in that space and place like that. And so once again, until you are okay with that, it's going to continue to be a struggle. And that's why I'm always so transparent with you guys, because I want you guys to see as well that once again, I've been doing this thing for a minute now in this online space. So I'm not one of those people that just popped up yesterday and said that I'm supporting people. I've been an entrepreneur for over 15 years, period. And so I'm not new to this at all. But once again, the mindset stuff that comes along with it, it is something that you have to deal with. It is something that you have to be aware of every single day. Like, it's not anything, it doesn't go away. Hey, Tessa, that type of thing. And so once again, for me to share that and to say, part of the struggle with me shifting is knowing that I have to leave some people behind. But once again, the way that I always rectify that is, once again, God is going to send people that will be able to support the people that I no longer, am called to serve anymore. And that's going to be the same thing with you guys, especially those of you that are looking to serve and sell at this particular level that we're going to talk about, the $5,000 plus level. Because once again, your services at that level is not going to be for everybody. Everybody is not going to be able to invest at that level. And you have to be okay with that. There are going to be people that aren't going to be able to invest in your $2,500 level. And you have to be okay with that. Once you accept that, and I know it's hard for us, especially as my Christian women that I'm speaking to, once again, once you accept that fact, it's going to make things easier for you. There's going to be this, I guess, relief. Like, you're going to oh, okay, you know what? But like I said, being okay with knowing that once again, God is going to send someone else to support those people that you are no longer called to serve and support in your business. And so, that's what I'm talking about, Rokita. And Rokita was like, my prices went up the other day after the live you did about the $6,000 woman. And you guys, I'm telling you, so if you missed that live of what Rokita is referring to, I want you to go back. I think I did that on Monday. I think that was a live that I did on Monday. I think that's what it was. So definitely check that live out. And then you guys, as I made that post yesterday, and then today, in my quiet time, I felt like God was leading me to go back to some prophecies that I've received. You guys, You guys, some of the prophecies that I have received over my life, specifically my business, especially over the past 3 years, when I tell you they have been absolutely mind blowing, these prophecies that I've received. And so this morning during my quiet time, Regina, I felt like God was leading me back to going back to some of those things. So literally I had to go through because I don't know if you guys have seen Tiffany Montgomery's, I forgot what the name of the conference that she did the other day. I think Called by God or something like that. I can't remember the name of the conference. I don't follow her like that, so that's how come I don't know the name of the conference. But someone had shared it and I saw it. And a part of what she was talking about was one, you're in a new season, and then she talked about the rain. And when she said that, it triggered for me a memory or a thought that someone had, once again, where they shared with me. And so I went back to, I had to go through my my Facebook Messenger, and you know how you can search. So I had to go in and search keywords, because what this person said to me, I just remembered Covered by God. That's the name of it. Thank you, Rakita. Covered by God. And so that's the name of the conference that Tiffany Montgomery did probably about a week or so in Atlanta. And so I remember from that prophecy that someone spoke over me, I remember her saying something like there were gold coins raining on me. I just remember gold coins. That's what I remember. And so when I heard that part again, because I watched the Covered by God by Tiffany, this is probably like my third or fourth time listening to it. But for whatever reason, once again, the Holy Spirit brought back to my remembrance a prophecy that was spoke over me, about gold coins. And so once again, the girl used the phrase raining, like it was raining gold coins. And so I went back, literally started searching in my Facebook Messenger, and I went back and I found it. Thank goodness for the search feature over there in Facebook Messenger. And like I said, you can just type in keywords. So I typed in the word gold. And so when I went back and looked at it. And this was a young lady that I didn't have a whole lot of interaction with. When I first came into the online space, I used to do I used to write for her magazine. So that's how come I knew her. I did a column in her magazine. And so she this was 3 years ago. In 2019. And so she was like, Bev, I had a dream about you. And in the dream, it was raining. She didn't say gold coins. She said it was raining gold. So she said it was raining gold, and you were happy, and you were smiling, and you were dancing all in the gold. And you turned to me and you were like, I'm going to tell you, what was going on. Like, I'm going to tell you all about it. Which then when I read it, because I don't remember that part, but when I read it, it triggered another thought. I'm like, you know what, God? I said, that reminds me of the fact that, I'm always asking God, how can I show the women in my community how to generate more revenue? How can I show them how to make more impact in their business? So when she said that, and I went back and I'm like, that reminded me of the fact that I'm always asking God, how do I show other people? So even with that prophecy that she said, where it was raining down gold on me, but what I was doing was I turned to her to tell her how I was doing that thing. And like I said, it reminded me of that. So I'm like, okay, God. And then I went back to another prophecy where one of my clients, I remember this day clear as day, one of my clients, I'm just minding my business, and I get a message in Facebook Messenger. Is a powerful thing. And so she was like, Bev, she said, these women on this live are prophesying. She said they were prophesying to me. And then the woman was like, does anyone know somebody named Beverly? Anyone know somebody named Beverly? And she's a teacher. Like that. And so as she was prophesying to my client, my name popped up. And so my client sent me this message. And so I go and hop on this live. I'm like, who the heck are these people? What's going on? Somebody picked me up in the spirit. And so once again, I hop on this live and I watched this recording multiple times. But like I said, for this morning, God had me go back to the prophecy. For some of you guys, you need to go back to what was spoken over your life and your business, because some of you guys are losing hope. You're losing and you're becoming distracted. So you need to go back to what was spoken over you and spoken to you by people and by God's word. Go back to the thing that was spoken over you, because some of those things you've forgotten, or in that particular place or that season that you were in, when you go back to it, it's going to hit you differently. And so, like I said, when I went back to this particular recording, one of the things that she said, like I said, I've listened to this recording multiple times, but one of the things that she said to me was this. She said this young lady referenced back to Genesis, and she was talking about Laban and Jacob, and how Laban had changed the qualifications for how Laban had changed, what it was and what he needed from Jacob. But the thing that this woman said in this recording, and once again, I've listened to it multiple times, but this morning, This morning, it landed different. She said this comment right here. She made this comment. She talked about the fact that, his wages didn't match the work. The wages for Jacob didn't match the work. So once again, all that stuff that Laban had him doing, right? It didn't match the work. And this morning, just like with the other prophecy that I went back, I'm like, okay, guys, one of the things is I'm always asking you, how do I show these women, when I learn this stuff, how do I show these women how to make more money? This particular thing, when she said this part right here, ding, 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 because that's one of the biggest things, especially with a lot of you guys. The work that you're doing, your wages, the prices are not in alignment. You're pouring and you're pouring and you're pouring, and the price points that you have on there does not match the work that you are doing. And when I heard that, I was like, oh my God, because if you go back to the post that I did, once again, I feel like God has me back in this place where he was like, talk to my daughters about their pricing. Talk to my daughters about their pricing. Their wages does not match the work that they are doing. You guys, your pricing is too low. I'm telling you guys this. Your pricing is too low. And so once again, I felt like just going back and reading those prophecies again, having those reminders again, I feel like those were just God nods. That was his divine, him speaking to me through what was already spoken to me as those reminders. And so you guys, it's the same thing. Like I said, go back. I know that God has told you some things about your business and where you're supposed to go and who it is you're supposed to work with and how you're supposed to work with them. You need to go back to that. Go back and either read those things or listen to it or whatever it was. I just saw Megan where she said the same thing. She said, things I wrote down 7 years ago, she said they're coming to pass in her journals. You guys, I'm telling you, go back to the word. Go back to the word. So even for myself, once again, I just felt like that was confirmation of this space where I feel like he's telling me, go back to talking to you guys, especially about your prices. Because once again, it is no coincidence that these ladies in this particular round of the challenge, the way that this was popping off, and it's one person in particular with the testimony, with the results or whatever that I was sharing with you guys. One of the young ladies, it went exactly to this right here. When she came to me before this challenge, so once again, those that came in and they got on the early bird, they got a call with me. And so one of the things was her pricing was too low. And this is how God works. So this particular young lady, once again, she was on a live. This is how she first caught my attention. She was on one of my lives. And so she put a price in there of what she was, because I must have asked you guys what your prices was or something. And even when I saw her price point, in my spirit, I'm like, her prices are too low. But I didn't know anything about her business like that. So if you go back to those lives, you'll see the whole conversation. And just something, I'm like, this is something not right. And like I said, I didn't know the whole gist of her business. I didn't know everything that she offered or anything. But I knew when I saw that price point, the Holy Spirit's like, her pricing is too low. The wages was not matching the work. And I didn't even know everything that it was that she was doing. So when she signed up for the challenge and we had the call with her, she was the one where we 5X'd her services. So she came in and she was offering this service for $1,000. So I was having a conversation with her, and then she then got a chance to talk to me about what it was that she was offering. And I'm like, So like I said, although I didn't know on the live what everything that she, when I heard it, I'm like, And for a lot of you guys, this $1,000 offer you have, this $1,500 offer you have, some of you guys, this $2,500 offer you have is too low. The wages do not match the work that you are putting in for these people. The wages is not matching. It does not match. It does not match. I'm telling you that it does not match. And so once again, by the time we got done with the conversation, like I said, it went from 1,000 to 5,000. In less than 1 week, she was able to now sell at the new price point. So imagine that $1,500 offer that you're begging and pleading for people to invest in, which probably should be at $7,500, which probably should be at $6,000. Imagine if you were able to repackage and reprice that and now sell that thing that you were selling for $1,500, now sell it for $6,500. Now sell it for $7,500. What could you do with that additional $5,000 that you're now making? What can you do with that additional $5,000, that additional $4,000, that additional $10,000 that you're literally leaving on the table because your wages don't match the price? I mean, your wages don't match the work that you're putting in. And you guys, that's where I feel like I'm being called back to. Having these conversations with you guys about this right here. And once again, you guys, I'm going to talk about 4 things when it comes to this. So those of you, if you are serious about selling at the $5,000 plus, and notice I have a plus sign. So whether or not it's $5,000, $10,000, $50,000, let me know in the chat. Are you ready to sell? And my thing is sell it consistently. I don't want you to just sell one every 3 months. My goal is for you to sell at least once a week, at the least. That's what I'm talking about when I say consistently, at least once a week. So let me know in the chat. Are you ready? Are you ready? Let me know in the chat. Are you ready? And while you're typing that in there, you guys share the broadcast. While you're typing that in there. So if you're on my personal page, share out the broadcast. If you're on my business page, share out the broadcast. If you're over there on YouTube, if you're over there on Twitter, if you're over there on LinkedIn, share it out. I don't know if you can share it on LinkedIn or not. I don't know. But share this out. Share this out. Share out the broadcast. Hit the share button. If you see the share button, share it. If you see the share button where you are, share it. If you see the share button, whichever platform you're watching me from, share it out. Share it out. Okay, so the rest of you guys, you don't want to do it, so I'm talking to Megan. So the rest of you guys, you can hop off the live. The rest of you guys, you can hop off the live. I'm talking to Megan. I'm talking to Megan. Those of you that watch me on the replay, if you want to know, let me know. Let me know, yes, that you're ready. The rest of you guys, you can leave. I'm dead serious. The rest of you guys, if you don't want to know, you can leave. But this is who I'm called to speak to. This is who I'm called to speak to, and this is who I'm going to speak to. You guys, and this is the mindset that you need to have as well. This is the mindset that you need to have as well. There are people that God has called you to, and that's who you are going to speak to with your content, with your offer, with your messaging. You have to get out of that frame of mind that your services are for everybody. This is only for a specific group of people. The rest of them, you're not talking to them. The rest of them is not for them, and it is okay. God will send somebody else to serve them at the level that they're at. It's fine if it's not you. It is fine. It is fine. You guys, that's the mindset that you need to have, because if not, you're going to end up double-minded. And then you're not going to do anything. You're not going to end up moving. You're not going to end up putting out content. You're going to end up doing busy work, trying to create graphics over there on your website, trying to tweak the content over there. No, you get out there, you have conversations with people through your content, and you literally have conversations with people in Messenger as well. We're going to talk about all of that. But to sell at the $5,000 level, once again, it's going to have to be shifts in your mindset of how it is that you're doing things, how it is that you're looking at things, how it is that you're looking at your business. So once again, Megan and Rakita, I'm talking to you. The rest of you guys, I'm dead serious. The rest of you guys, you can hop off this live. If this is not you, if you're not ready to sell at the $5,000 level, I'm so serious. I am dead serious. If this is not you, you can leave and I'm okay. You guys, and like I said, you have to be okay with it as well. You have to be okay with it as well. Because like I said, I'm talking to those of you where you know your wages do not match the work that you are putting into your business, and you're ready for something different. You're ready for something different. That's who I'm talking to, like I said, because the title clearly says, if you look at the title of this live, the title clearly says how to sell your $5,000 plus offers. I'm talking to my Christian female coaches, how to sell your $5,000 plus offer. So if this is not what you want to do, please get off my live. And like I said, I'm not being rude. I'm not trying to be, because once again, this message it's not for everybody, and it's okay. If it's not for you, it's not for you. It's okay. And I know some of you guys, you just want to support me, and I get it and I understand it, but I'm okay. I'm okay with that. Like I said, I know in this season, this new season that I'm in, I'm only speaking to specific people, and I'm okay with that, you guys. I'm okay. And like I said, that's the mindset that you need to have. You should be okay. It's okay. You don't have to have people just cheering you on. Like, that's okay. It's okay. Okay. So you guys, the very first thing, those of you, once again, going back to this right here, if you are desiring to sell at the $5,000 plus level, the way that you are talking about your offer, the actual contents that are in your offer, that's in your offer, That's going to be huge, because once again, if you are asking people to invest $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 to work with you, the actual offer, once again, of course, we know it has to solve their right now problem. So I'm not begging with people. I'm not pleading with people. I'm not trying to convince people. That's another thing too. Some of you guys are trying to convince people that you need to work with them. And you guys, it's okay. Once again, I'm not trying to convince someone that they need to sell at the $5,000 price point. I'm not trying to convince someone that they need to have a business strategist. That part. Now, no, if you're driving, don't respond. Don't do that. Don't do that. Oh, there she goes. She said I couldn't respond. Like, yeah, Regina, don't do that. No, yeah. Okay, I'm assuming she said she was driving. Okay, cool. So you guys, you see what I'm saying? So once again, you're not trying to convince someone that they need an event strategist. You're not trying to convince someone that they need to write a book. You're not trying to convince someone that they need to make sure that they own the stage when they're on the stage. You're not trying to convince anybody. You're not trying to convince anyone. Okay, so keep that in mind. You're not trying to convince them, okay? That's the first thing. Once again, with your offer, you should be so super crystal clear on who that offer is for. Once again, you should have it written out somewhere. Well, Bev, I got it in my head. Write the vision and make it plain. They didn't say think about the vision and make it plain. Write the vision. Who is that offer for? And once again, when you look at that, you're going to realize that 80% of the people in your audience, especially at this $5,000 plus level, that offer is not for 80% of your people. For some of you, it's not for 90% of your people. It's not for 90% of the people that are in your current audience right now. But a lot of you guys are still trying to convince them that, hey, no, stop trying to convince them. Shift your focus and talk to those people that know and understand that when I own the stage, so whether or not it's on my own personal stage because it's my business, or whether or not it's for the company that I work for, they know and understand what that will do for them professionally, what that will do for them business-wise, what that will do for them emotionally. You see what I'm saying? Those people that, once again, they realize that they need to do the thing. They're just looking for the support to do it. I'm not trying to convince them. The same thing, me personally, I'm not trying to convince people the power in selling at the $5,000 plus level. Because like I said, if you just sold one of your $5,000 offers a week, one of your $10,000 offers a week, if you just sold one of your $50,000 offer a month, how powerful would that be? What would that shift and change in your life and in your business? I'm talking to those people that know and understand the shifts and the impact that would have on their life and on their business. Those are the people out there. They're like, okay, you know what? I'm doing way too much. All this stuff that people are getting, my wages don't match the work that I'm putting in. That's who I'm talking to. So once again, who are you talking to with that offer? Who is that offer for? What problem is it going to solve for them? So think about your offer. What right now problem is it solving? And I like to say mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially, and relationally. Break it down into those categories. Which areas would it support? Which problems would it solve in those areas? So not only for me, when it comes to being able to help my clients price at this level, it's more than the price. We're looking at their offer. What goes into a $5,000 offer? For some of you guys, it's not what you think. It's not everything in the kitchen sink. What goes into a $20,000 offer? What goes into that? When I talk about that offer, how do I talk about a $20,000 offer? You see what I'm saying? Like I said, so you have to be clear on what problem it solves, that particular offer. So when they go through that program, your program, what do they walk away with? So for my clientele, not only do they walk away from this program when, once again, thousands of dollars in their account every week, additional thousands of dollars in their account every week, they have the messaging that they can use every single time. So anytime they want to sell that offer, I don't care if it's 2 years from now, or if it's 2 years from now, that $5,000 offer for them is now a $15,000 offer. Because the young lady that where I told you we 5x her price point, we went from $1,000 to $5,000 in less than a week. She sold it. I already told her that's actually her 5-figure offer. That is going to be a 5-figure offer for her. Period. So some of you guys, that $1,000 offer is actually your 5-figure offer, but you don't know how to package it. So until you know how to package it, you're going to continue to struggle to sell it at the $1,500 price point. You're going to continue to struggle to sell it at the $2,500 price point, even if you raise the price. If you don't know how to actually structure that offer, just raising the price is not it. Because think about it, if that was the case, wouldn't everyone be selling $5,000 offers or $10,000 offers or $20,000 offers if it was just you putting the price point on there? It's more to it than just raising the price. So like I said, look at your offer. What are people walking away from that offer with? Once they go through your program, who will they become as a result of going through your program? Who will they become? I always say, think about the tangible and the intangible things that they walk away with. So once again, that's the very first thing when it comes to your offer. If you're looking to sell at the $5,000 price point. And so not only does their mindset have to shift, Cassandra, not only will their mindset have to shift, the way that they show up has to shift. And we're going to talk about all of that. The way that they show up has to shift. Their messaging has to shift. The sales process has to shift. All of those things are going to have to change. All of those things. So, of course, like I said, it's not just slapping a price point, because my thing is, well, how do I know whether or not to price it at $3,500? Well, Bill, how do I know the price it at $6,000? Bill, how do I know to price it at $15,000? How do I know which one of these price points to put on? And that is going to be key. That is going to be key. How do I know which one of the, because we're not just pulling numbers out of the thin air. That's not how this works. And a part of the pricing and the offer is, once again, you looking at it. You always hear me talk about this, looking at your offer through the lens of the transformation. What is it costing your ideal client to remain where he or she currently is? And once again, when I'm talking about cost, I'm not just talking about price point. I'm asking you, what is it costing them mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially, relationally to remain where they are? When you're able to break it down like that and you're able to see your offer through that lens, the offer and the pricing, the price point that you put on there, it makes sense. It makes sense. And so this is the part here. And like I said, there are so many factors that you take into consideration. So yes, it's things like your expenses that you have, you know, what your revenue, what your revenue goal is, you know, but it's more to it than that. It is more to it than just those things. And that's what I need you guys to understand. So like I said, that price point, so like I said, just imagine if right now you're selling something for $2,000, and that next thing, even for the remainder of let's just break it down, even for the remainder of 2022. What if you could take that same $2,000 offer that you have and sell it for $6,000? And sell it consistently for $6,000? Would you want to do that? What could you do with the additional $4,000 every time you sell that program? So if you sold it now 4 times a month, that's an additional what? $16,000. What would you do with an additional $16,000 for the month of November, for the month of December? What would you do with that additional, what is that, $32,000, the remainder of 2022? If you just sold 2 more the rest of October, at the time of this recording, it's October the 21st. So what if you sold 2 of those just in the month of October? What would you do with that additional, what, $8,000 just in the month of October? What would you do with that? What would you do with that? What could you do with that? If you just sold 2 more, the month of November, the month of December? What would you do with that additional $8,000 or that additional $16,000? Break it down like that. What would you do with that additional revenue? What would you do with it? When you are able to price your services accordingly, that's one way that you want to look at that. What can I do? How much money am I literally leaving on the table every week when my prices are when I'm underpricing my services? How much am I leaving on the table every week? That particular young lady, she was leaving $4,000 on the table. Every time she sold that service, she was leaving $4,000 on the table. What would you do with that additional revenue? What could you do with it? I'm just asking. So even like I said, the pricing of your services. So the longer you are underpricing your services, my question is, how much longer can you underprice your services? Like, how much longer can you leave thousands of dollars on the table every week? How much longer can you do that? But it's something about, and like I said, for some of you guys, you're like, man, I can't even say it. Ain't even selling at $1,000. It ain't even selling at $2,000. It's not selling at $3,000 because it's underpriced. That's why it's not selling, because it's underpriced. And then some of you guys, if you've been selling like that, it's time to raise the price. It's time to raise the price. If people are buying and they don't have any issues with paying, it's time to raise the price. Period. It's time to raise your prices. If you're constantly out there and you feel like you're selling, because it feels like it's not enough, you need to raise your prices. Period. And like I said, you're leaving thousands of dollars on the table. And that's when you know you're in the right space. Takima, I already knew who that was. And that's what you want. Thank you for sending the star. You guys, I have to get used to this whole stars thing. So I know you can't see it on the screen here. I have to go on Facebook to see it. Yeah, this whole stars thing. Thank you for sending the stars. That's really cool. I'm still learning about the whole stars thing. But thank you, Minister, for sending the 50 stars. But that's what this right here says. I have to go on Facebook. But she just sent me 50 stars. Cool. And you guys, I'm telling you. If I could just get my hands on some of you guys. I'm telling you, the thousands that would come in consistently, but that's a whole other story. Okay, so once again, your pricing. For some of you guys, I'm telling you, get your pricing in alignment. So Takima said, hey, so I raised my prices today. Lord have mercy. It scared me a little, not going to lie. And today I had a prospect and he said he would figure it out and he's coming back. They will figure it out. Do you hear me? They will figure it out. Especially when you know how to position, which is the next part to what it is that we're talking about. Your whole messaging, that is going to be key. The ladies in my challenge, we had a short little mini training about messaging. So not the messaging when you're talking about your services, because I say this all the time. The messaging that you use to sign your $1,000 and $2,000 clients is not the same messaging that you use to for your $5,000 plus clients. Is not the same messaging. The messaging is not the same. Just saying. Takima said, and I even looked at the salary for the service you talked to me about. I took that and made the new price and broke it up in a month. I was underpriced. Yeah. Most of us are underpricing, period. There we go. That's why I'm always talking to you guys about sharing your testimonials. So, in what Takima's talking about, those of you that are not in the challenge, I had to have a conversation with Takima. The same thing with the other young lady that 5X her prices. I'm like, where are y'all's testimonials? I don't understand. Your testimonials need to be out there. Testimonials serve multiple purposes, and this goes to your messaging. Testimonials, one, for yourself, because the enemy will have you believing, who are you to do this? So that's when that imposter syndrome kicks in. But when you have those testimonials out and you're sharing your testimonials consistently, for your own mindset, you get to battle that imposter syndrome. 2, it shows your ideal client, the person that's actually looking for the solution, that one, that you are able, that you either helped yourself, you help someone else. Because remember, when people are in the process of buying a service, they're asking themselves, there's 3 things that they're asking themselves. Has she done it for herself? Has she done it for others? And can she do it for me? Has she done it for herself? Has she done it for others? And can she do it for me? And testimonials will answer that question. Sharing your, that's why I share my, at least once a week, you see me with testimonials out there. And the other day, what was it? 4 testimonials, all from 1 week, all from 1 week. And those are just my challenge ladies, the ladies in the challenge. For those people who are seeing those testimonials, if that annoys them, that has to do with them. That doesn't have anything to do with me. They can disconnect from me. You guys, I don't have a problem with it. That is the purpose of your messaging. Your messaging should repel those people who are not ideal, and it should attract those people who are, period. Imagine creating messaging, putting messaging out about your offer, about how it is that you work as a coach, and people are actually reaching out to you. That's the type of messaging that I want you guys to create. That's the type of messaging that you want to have, where people are also reaching out to you as well. And that's where some of you guys are missing it with your messaging. Yes, you have the outbound marketing. Yes, I believe in outbound marketing, where I'm actually having conversations with people, where I'm actually initiating the conversation based on their responses, though it's not just me randomly picking people, but also having people reach out to me as well. That is powerful messaging, when people reach out to you or respond back to you about how they can work with you. And that's where some of you guys are missing it with your messaging. When some of you guys get that part down, I'm telling you, every time you post about your offer, people are going to reach out to you about how they can work with you when you get your messaging on point. But that messaging does tie back to your pricing, and it does tie back to your offer, period. That part right there, Takima. I love it. Takima said, oh, and with reaching out, I went into a group that I'm in. Someone asked a question looking for a service I offer. I responded that I have that expertise, and we had a call today. Some of you guys are sitting in people's Facebook group. Get out of there. If you're not going to add to the group, get out. Y'all, I'm on something that I don't know what it is today. Look, I'm all fired up for my doggone my quiet time with God this morning. Some of you guys are just wasting people's space. If you're in people's Facebook groups and you're not active in there, why are you in there? I love this point right here. And I feel like, unless it's something for, leisure or whatever, that's a different story. But business-wise, I'm talking business-wise. There should be 2 types of Facebook groups you're in business-wise. When it comes to your business, there should be 2 types of groups that you're in business-wise. One is for your own professional development. So you're in there to learn more, right? So once again, I'm talking business-wise. I'm not talking about, the group that you're in on prayer. I'm not talking about the group that you're in on how to bake a cake. That's not what I'm talking about. I said business-wise. I'm talking business-wise, right? So one where you can grow professionally. So, you're in there because it helps you when it comes to your professional development. But then also in groups that have your ideal clients in there. If you're going to leverage Facebook groups. If you don't want to leverage Facebook groups, then don't. But I'm just saying, if you are in some of them, why are you in there? And I'm even talking to myself, because some of them I need to do a cleanup. I need to do a cleanup. I really do. And so what I'm talking about, those that have your ideal clients, for this very reason here that Takima just put up here on the screen. Or sorry, I put up on the screen, but Takima just posted. Some of you guys, you're in Facebook groups that have your ideal clients in there, and you're not even in there leveraging those groups. You're not even in there leveraging those groups. Well, Bill, how do I leverage those groups? Because they say that you can't promote in there. This is how you promote in those groups without saying buy my stuff. Or some of you guys are in groups that just have promo. That's just a waste of time. Those people aren't in there reading that stuff because they're just busy promoting for their own stuff. But this is how you add value to someone else's Facebook group. To keep up with some of it in here, right here. Go in those groups that have your ideal clients in there and answer questions that they're asking. Answer questions. Go in there and add value. So for instance, with Megan. So Megan might go into a Facebook group that has people that are interested in writing an anthology or writing a book. So Megan might go in and she might drop a post in there where she talks about, hey, you know, these are the top 3 things you want to look for or you want to ensure you have on the cover of your book. She's not selling anything. She's adding value. But then this is what happens. People are like, well, dang, what are they going to do? They're going to click on Megan's little picture. And where are they going to go? They're going to go over to Megan's personal page. They don't automatically pop into Megan's group. They don't automatically go to Megan's business page, because that's what some of you guys are hiding out. If you don't even have the traction over there in your group or your business page. But they're going to land on Megan's personal page. And see, Megan's in my challenge, so she knows what to do with her banner. How to promote with her banner. She knows how to promote with her bio. That's how you promote in someone else's group without actually promoting in their group. You go in there and you add value. You don't have to do it every single day. You may choose 2 days a week where you go in there and do that. If you don't have those 2 days to work, and like I said, that's for those of you that leverage other people's Facebook groups, especially if you don't have your own active and engaged community, use someone else's. Use someone else's. I say the same thing for those of you that are on Clubhouse. The same thing. 2 reasons why you should be in a room on Clubhouse. Those 2 reasons for professional development so that you can learn, and then I'm just saying. So you guys, I'm telling you, your messaging should do 2 things. Once again, it should show you as the expert. Well, 3 things. Show you as the expert. Repel those people who are not your ideal clients and attract those that are. And that 3rd thing, with that attraction, they're actually reaching out to you. So imagine people reaching out to you about your services. I'm just saying, does your messaging do that? If not, we need to have a conversation. We need to have a conversation. And then the last thing I want to talk about, if you're interested in selling at the $5,000 price point, so not only your offer, you have to look at your offer, you have to look at your pricing, you have to look at your messaging. The 4th thing you want to look at is your sales process. What does your sales process look like? Do you have one? Babe, I just be out here, just be doing stuff. I say this all the time. The sale starts way before they tell you yes or no. The sales process starts with your content, so your messaging. That's why I'm always talking about your messaging. So part of the sales process is that content out there. So that's why those of you that show up randomly whenever you want to, once a month, and you're wondering why people are not, why would I sign up with you if I can't find any type of digital footprint from you somewhere? You have to be somewhere either online or offline. You need to be somewhere consistently. So if the online space is not for you because it's not for everybody, then you need to be offline, and you need to be offline consistently. Where can I find out more about you? Because if you're asking me to invest $5,000 of my dollars, if you're asking me to invest $20,000, if you're asking me to invest $50,000, I need to know about you. I need to be able to find out information about you. Period. I'm not just going to invest and put down $20,000 to work with you if I can't. There's nothing out there, period. Who does that? That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. That's not how this works. So like I said, the sales process starts before you ever get on a call or message with people and close them in Messenger. It starts way before that. It starts with your content. Another part of your sales process are those pre-qualifying questions. Some of you guys, literally, the only pre-qualifying questions that you ask people before they get on a call with you is what's your name and email, and do you have any questions for me? Those are not pre-qualifying questions. Those are default questions that come with Calendly or Kartra or Acuity or whatever it is that you use. Those are not pre-qualifying questions. Those are not pre-qualifying questions. You got to get into that space. You want to pre-qualify people. Some of you guys are getting on calls with people prematurely. You're getting on calls with people prematurely. When someone gets on a call, they should already be ready to work with you. They just need to figure out which one of your programs they want to work with you with. That's what it should be like. If they're getting on calls with you, they should already be sold and working with you. And so you're using that call to make sure that they're a good fit for you. Like, I want to make sure that, look, I ain't trying to get I ain't trying to work 8 weeks with somebody. I'm not trying to work 12 weeks with somebody. No. I'm telling you. So that sales conversation that you're having with people on a sales call, I'm telling you, they should be pretty much sold that they're ready to work with you. Period. You guys, I'm telling you. I love it. Ladies, when you believe in God and know what you're walking in, the path he has for your business, in your business, the sky's the limit. Have faith. God, congratulations. Yes. In the Cornell on a full ride just by showing up. I have my things out there, but I need to be more, do more, especially on social media. And so my thing is, even with the do more, you want to be very intentional and strategic on what the quote unquote do more is. You see what I'm saying? You want to be strategic and intentional on what the do more is and what that do more looks like. Because once again, we don't want to get caught up in just doing more of a thing. We want to be strategic with the things that we're doing. So you guys, like I said, that sales process, when people get on a call with you, you should be close. Some of you guys should be closing way more. But some of you guys are getting on calls with people prematurely. You're not asking the right questions before they get there. So whether or not you're asking questions of them in Messenger, or the actual pre-qualifying question that they have to answer before they get on a call with you. And that's the part right there. For a lot of you guys, you're wasting time. That 20-minute call that you're on, some of you guys, you're spending a whole hour on a call with someone and you're not even closing the sale. I'm just saying. But you guys, I'm telling you, your sales process, your offer, your messaging, and your pricing, I'm telling you, you get those things in alignment, you will have people reaching out to you about your $7,000 services, your $15,000 services, your $20,000. I'm telling you, when your offer, your pricing, your messaging, and your sales process is on point, watch what happens. These people that are looking out, reaching out to you. Like I said, even if you weren't able to sell your $2,500 offer, how am I now able to sell that same thing and it's now $7,500? But I wasn't able to sell it at $2,500. What's going on? I'm telling you, when you have these 4 things, it makes a huge difference. So now you're bringing in an additional $5,000 every time you were trying to sell at $2,500. Now you're selling it at $7,500. What will you do with that additional $5,000? My thing is, prayerfully, you're bringing it in every week. So what will you do with that additional $5,000 every single week? I'm just asking. All right. So you guys, I want to hop on here and have this conversation. So once again, like I said, the confirmation that I got this morning in my quiet time, thank you, God, for that. Thank you for that. But like I said, you're going to see more and more of me talking about, once again, how to shift into being able to sell at that level. Now, am I saying those are the only services that you need to have, or your high ticket and your premium? No, you can have other services at lower price points. I'm not saying that you don't have that. But when you're able to sell more of your high ticket and your premium services, you're not stressing yourself out and worried about, oh my gosh, you're over here trying to sell a $300 offer. I'm just saying, those $300 offers, selling them, that will just be icing on the cake, in addition to you doing your $5,000 offer, your $10,000 offer, whatever it is. The other ones are just icing on the cake. I want you guys to get to that space where, once again, those of you, if you're in that space where your wages don't match the work, we need to have a conversation. We need to have a conversation. If your wages are not matching your work, we need to have, Megan, I already told you on the live, you and it's a couple of other people that's in that challenge. You guys, I'm telling you, you should be doing consistent, Megan, you at least consistent 10-figure weeks. You're at that stage. You and a couple of other people, you're at that stage where you should be doing consistent 5-figure weeks. You're at that stage. You're at that stage. And so you guys, like I said, if those of you, so once again, It's two groups of people that I'm working with now. It's two groups of people that I'm working with. Those of you, once again, and hear my heart when I say that. This is the part where I said, there's some people where I no longer work with them in my accelerator or in my one-on-one. So once again, my accelerators, my one-on-one, those are for people who have sold 4-figure offers before. Well, Bev, I haven't sold 4-figure offers, then go into my academy. My academy is self-paced. You still get 2 calls with me, but my academy is self-paced. So if you have not sold a 4-figure offer yet, go into my academy. Go into my academy. That will get you ready for the 4-figure level. Now, those of you that have sold at the 4-figure level, but you have not had your 5-figure month, then I have something for you where we will help you to support you in being able to create. I want you to do consistent 5-figure months. And then those of you that have done 5-figure months, if you've done at least 1 5-figure month, then you're now ready to shift into 5-figure weeks. If you've done at least 1 5-figure month, you are ready to shift into 5-figure weeks. But once again, the way that you do it is going to be different from what you did to hit your 5-figure month. And that's the difference. That is the difference. What you did to hit a 5-figure month is going to look different to hit a 5-figure week. And that's why, once again, that's why I'm showing for the remainder of 2022. That's who I'm talking to, those 2 groups of people. Those of you, if you sold a 4-figure offer, if not, get into my academy. If you have sold a 4-figure offer, but you want to have that 5-figure month, you have not had your 5-figure month, I have something for you. Those of you, if you have done your 5-figure month and you're ready for your 5-figure week, I have something for you. Those are the 2 groups of people that I'm working with the remainder of this year. And once again, I know after this morning and the confirmation from this morning, oh yeah, I already know. That's who I'm supposed to be working with. And like I said, the confirmation just from this week from the ladies in my challenge and the way that my challenge is set up, I'm just saying. So those of you, if you're interested at that level, now I need you to hear me. I need you to hear this part. If I'm going to show you how to create 5-figure months or 5-figure weeks, first of all, working with me is not free anyway. You already know it's going to be a 4-figure investment to do it. So you already know that. Those of you that are looking to hit the 5-figure months, the investment is $2,500. Now imagine investing $2,500 to create your next $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 month. I'm just saying. So you decide. So if you've already done a 5-figure month, then you need your 5-figure weeks. That investment is $5,000 to move into your 5-figure weeks or your 5-figure days. So imagine investing $5,000, and for the remainder of 2022, you make an additional $5,000 a week, $5,000 every 2 weeks. However you want to do it. It's up to you. But once again, it's not free. I'm always very transparent about what the investment is to work with me. So when you come to me, you're ready. When you come to me, you're ready. I even have on my page, don't click on this link to schedule a call if you're not ready. If you don't have the finances ready and you're not ready to get out your comfort zone. Those are 2 things. You have to have your finances ready and you're ready to get outside your comfort zone. If you're not ready for those 2 things, look, don't schedule a call yet. Don't schedule a call yet. Just saying. So if you're ready for that, and I'm talking about 2022. I want you guys to see what you can do in 2022. I'm not waiting to. I want you to see what you can do at the end of this year. Holidays and all. I want you to see exactly how it can be done. So whichever platform you're on, there should be a clickable link somewhere. Whichever platform you're watching this from, there should be a clickable link somewhere. Or just send me a message on the platform that you're watching me on. Just send me a message. Send me a message. We'll have a conversation in Messenger today. And you can have your first call with me next week. I will make my schedule open. You can have your first call with me next week. We can have a conversation today. You can have your next call with me. You can have your first call with me next week. That call is the foundational call where literally I've had people get off that call and close sales the same day of the call. Period. So that's how serious I am about you guys being able to look, I just step on a couple of little toes. That's all. Just a couple of toes. Just a couple of toes. But you guys, I'm telling you, it is so worth it. Cassandra and I have worked together. It is so worth it. It is so worth it. So like I said, if you're ready to move at that level, if you're ready to move at that level, we need to have a conversation. Some of you guys, I'm so tired of you playing so small. I'm so tired of you playing as small as you are. But if you're not tired of playing small, I don't know. I can't help you. If you're not tired of if you like it, I love it. That's the saying, right? If you like it, I love it. If you like it, I love it. There we go. All right, you guys. So that's what I have. So once again, those of you that are ready to sell at the $5,000 plus level, if you are ready to sell at the $5,000 plus level, let's get on a call. Let's have a conversation. Click on that link, www.callwithbeverly.com. Answer the questions. Answer the question. You already know the price point. Like you already know the price point. Like I'm not hiding the price. I'm not hiding the investment. I want you to know that the price is the price is the price. Like it's not going to change. The price doesn't change. It does not change. The price is what it is. That it is. It is. It is. I'm just saying to keep. I might have to take that on the activator. I don't know. We gonna have the 5-figure activator. We gonna see. We gonna see. Yes. Yes. I'm just saying, I love working with you, lady. I love working with you. This part right here. You guys, I'm telling you, we make it harder than what it has to be. We make it harder than what it has to be, especially when it comes to the price point. There we go. Yep. They're not going to flinch because that's where it was supposed to be to begin with. They were waiting on you. That's the problem. People are waiting on you guys to get your stuff, get your messaging on point, get your offer, your pricing on point, and they'll be ready. All right. Don't get me started. Just kidding. Don't look. Let me see. Y'all already got me acting up. Okay, so you guys, that's all that I have. So once again, you guys, if you have any questions for me, like I said, you can reach out to me on whichever platform. I'm on Facebook, I'm on LinkedIn right now, I'm on YouTube right now, and I'm on Twitter right now. So reach out to me on the platform that you're on if you have any questions for me. I'm more than happy. Some of you guys, if you want to have a conversation today, we can have a conversation today if you want to, and have your first call next week, and you closing your next 4 or 5 figures the following week, if that's what you want. It's how fast you want it. How fast do you want it is the question. How fast do you want it is the question. All right. So you guys, that's all that I have. That's all that I have. So once again, if you have any specific question for me, feel free to reach out to me. You guys, I pray that this information was helpful. I'm telling you, your offer, your pricing, your messaging, and your sales process, that is going to be key. That is going to be key. That is going to be key. That is going to be key in being able to sell at this level. Now, I just saw this message, and for a second, I said, what's she trying to say? Like, it took me a second because I had to read through it. She said, not just an activator, you are also a stripper. I'm like, wait a minute, I understand that I live in Atlanta, and I know Atlanta is known for some things. But there's nobody that can say that I've been stripping. But then I had to read the rest of her comment, and then I got it. I'm like, okay. Because I'm like, look, that's how rumors get started. That's how rumors get started. Look. I love it. Yes. So you guys, that's all that I have. So like I said, if you have any specific questions for me, once again, you can go to www. Read through all the information. If you have specific questions, if you just want to hit me up in Messenger, let's have a conversation in Messenger. Like I said, some of you guys, we can have a conversation today, and we can get started next week if you want to. It just depends on how fast do you want it. How fast do you want it? All right. So you guys, thank you so much. I pray you guys have an absolutely amazing rest of your day. I pray you guys have an amazing weekend. Once again, those of you that are catching us on the replay, thank you so much for catching us on the replay. Once again, Minister Jacqueline, thank you so much for the stars. I got to get used to the whole stars thing. So thank you so much for sending the stars. You guys, if you have any question for me, let's have a conversation. If not, you guys, once again, I pray you have an amazing rest of your day. I pray you have an amazing weekend, and I will see you guys on the other side of this live. Take care.